Okay, so this is how you graph cubic functions and squared functions or quadratics. Um, it's not much different than normal. Determining the max or min or the relative max or min. Now, I'm not going to make you guys do the relative max or min on this slide, but you will have to do it in the future. The reason is because it's hard to do it on these type of cubic functions. So honestly, you should already know how to graph these. I'm going to show you. I'm going to just quickly do this one because you've should have seen how I've done this in the past video. But then I'm going to teach you how to do find the min. This one, I'm just going to show you how to graph it, and then that's it. So this first one, like in every single one, you always look inside the parentheses for the h, which is what you need first. My h, just going to put it right over here. It's going to be x, y. My h is -2, so I'm going to start at -2. Go one above, or this should be -3, -1, or 2 above, 2 below. Okay. Just going to plug these in. So this -4 goes into here. So it's going to become -4 plus 2 cubed minus 2. Okay, so -4 plus 2. -4, we're going to do it down here. So -4 plus 2 becomes -2 cubed minus 2. So -2 times -2, it's positive 4 times -2 will give us -8. So it's going to be -8 minus 2, which will end up with -10. Then you're going to do the same thing with 3, so it'll be -3 plus 2 cubed minus 2. So this will be -3, or this will end up being -1 cubed minus 2, which is just -1 minus 2, which gives us -3. The same thing with the 2, so it'll be -3 plus, or -2 plus 2. It's like what we've been doing with everything. It's just you're just plugging numbers in. It's going to be 0 cubed minus 2, which will be just 0 minus 2, which is -2. And if you keep doing this, you'll end up with the next one should be it's on -1. So this should be 1 cubed minus 2, which will give you 1 minus 2, which will give you -1. And then finally it's going to be 2 cubed minus 2, which will be positive 8 minus 2, which is 6. Okay? That's how this should work. So it should be -4, -10. So it's going to -4, -10. -3, -3. So -3, -3. Then it should be -2 to -2. -1, -1. And then finally it should be 0, 6. Okay, so this is like a sideways cube root function. It's just a sideways s. Relative max and min is hard to find it like this, but technically it'd be these two. But we're going to do it with a little bit like easier thing to see that there's actually a relative max and the relative min. So in this case, we are just going to just graph these, and I'll tell you this in person, but you're just graphing these. On the second one, I'm just going to graph this. I'm not going to show, like, you should know how already because of a previous video, but I'm just going to do this real fast. So -3, -5. Should be 1 on each side. Okay, so this should make the U shape look like this. As you learned from a couple of days ago, what you'll see is that whether it's a max or min. So the thing is that there is no maximum because this is going up forever. Also, because this is positive, we know it's going to be a minimum. So we're going to find the minimum, meaning the vertex. So the vertex here is this spot. Okay, so the lowest point. So this spot right here. So that would be at -3, -5. So we're going to have a minimum at -3, -5. Okay, so our minimum, actually we'd say minimum is -5. We care about the y value. And that's how you graph max and min.